And you shall adhere to additional laws so that you will have prosperity on earth and peace within your families. I don't know if the additional laws are God's laws. Do away with enforcing the old law that subject women to man, since she is a person like the man with equal rights and obligations. I love that he says that. And is the old law created by God, or did mankind create that old laws? I'm not saying creation. I'm talking about God. Did he create those laws that subject man to woman, because he says that Eve came out of the rib of Adam? So is God changing the laws now and giving people, that's why the Old Testament, New Testament, and giving people new laws to abide by, because he realizes, oh shoot, I shouldn't have done that. Because women and men, we both are souls created by creation. So we should not be obeying a man and listening to what he tells us to do. And a lot of cultures still abide by that. We should be our own person, independent of a man. We come together to fulfill our purpose and help each other and be one with each other and enjoy each other's company, not looking at each other as serving the other, but yet looking at each other as equal partners. It says, but when a man marries a woman, he shall pay the most trusted steward of her possessions a price of security, so she shall not suffer from lack of necessities. So I think that in this today's society, men and women work, but when women have kids, she's seen to work and do all the responsibilities with raising the kids. However, someone needs to raise the kids. I think the problem is that when both parents work, the kids lose out on that maternal figure and someone really paying attention to them, because when the mom comes home, she's exhausted, she has to cook, she has to clean, and she can't give them the attention that they require, that they need in order to grow and to feel loved, and all of these things that a child requires. So this is the tricky part, that is like, we want to be independent, we want to do our own thing, we want to be able to provide for the family. But once you have kids, it's like a full-time job. Yeah, they go to school. Yeah, they come home from school. But when they come home from school, they need that attention. They need help with their homework. They need that bedtime story. They need that time where you're interacting with them. So, or just having fun with them, playing with them. And when you're exhausted, how do you give them all that attention? Because the role is not on the father to do it. The role is on the mother to handle it when she comes home from work. It's not a balanced job. So before having kids, I never believed that one parent should stay home and raise the kids. I thought both parents can work, they can figure it out. There's school, there's daycare, there's all these things, there's sports that they can go to, and it'll be fine. But after having kids and seeing how much attention they need and how much like just talking to them influences them, and they're getting brainwashed from the school. So when they come home, you want to be able to teach them something different. But if you're just putting your kids and keeping them in daycare until 6 p.m., 5 p.m., whatever, most people keep their kids until 6 p.m. because that's when you get off work at 5 and you're rushing to pick up your kid. So they have bath, dinner, and they only spend a couple hours with you. So they're losing out on so much attention with you at that crucial age when they're young. When they're really young, they require so much attention. They're picking up everything. So everything they're just going to be picking up from school, and they're not going to be picking up things from you. So it's like they're going there first thing in the morning. They're not getting any attention or time with you because you're rushing to work, so you're rushing to drop them off. You're just giving them breakfast and dropping them off to the daycare. Then again, at nighttime, they're having a few hours with you. You're trying to cook dinner and all these things, so you're not really giving them a lot of attention. So they have such a little amount of time with you. And what does that happen? That the bond is not close enough. You're developing, you don't know your kids. You're developing a relationship where you guys are strangers. You don't know your kids and your kids don't know you because you're not spending enough quality time with each other. Yeah, you have the weekends, but the weekends as well, you're trying to take them here, take them there, get them in this program. So again, you're limiting the time that you're spending with your kids. And weekends 2 days and weekdays are 5 days. We should be spending as much time as with our kids. Yes, socialization is important. I think they should go to school. But after school, but I think one parent, I think it should be the mom, because there's a reason why the mom carries the child for 9 months and then gives birth to him, because there's a special bond between mother and child. A mother is meant to raise her child because she was the one who carried him. There's a reason for that. The creation made it possible. I think it's creation that made it possible. Or if it's God, then I don't know why he created that system, but if it's creation who created the system that all souls are born through their mother, then I think for the younger years until a child reaches teenagers, because teenagers, when they start wanting to do their own thing, they actually want to hang out with their friends after school, they want to be involved in all these activities, and they want to go to the mall, movies, all that stuff. That's when the kid starts asserting their independence, and that's when they don't need their mother or parental figures as much. So I think that those years where they're young and they're easily brainwashed is when one parent, I think the mother should be at home so that she's able to give her undivided attention to her kids. She can cook, do all those things in the daytime so that when her kids come home, she can focus on them and giving them the attention and instilling good values into them. All of these things, the reason why our kids feel lost nowadays is because we haven't been spending enough time with them, talking to them, joking around with them. That's how they get a sense of humor, through us just being with them. Or else they're just going to pick up everything from their friends. So that's why Jesus is saying that either creation laws or God's laws, I think this is more God's laws, that if a man marries a woman, meaning that he's marrying her and he's probably going to have kids with her, then he should be providing all the necessities possible. I think he should be providing all the necessities when they have kids, because she can no longer work. I don't think she should work any longer and be raising the kids. So she shouldn't have to feel like, oh, I'm scared to ask my husband for this because I don't want him to feel like, oh, I'm spending his money. He's going to think I'm using him. He's going to think that all of these things, when it's her necessities, not just the kids' necessities, her necessities as well, that he'll have to provide for. And if he can't provide those necessities for her and the kids, then he shouldn't be having kids, because it's important for her to stay home and raise the kids, not rely on her to work and then come home and do everything for the kids. If you want her to do everything for the kids, then she shouldn't be working. That's what I think. My opinion.